It was a beautiful fall afternoon. Andrew and I are heading out to put out some rabbit slips and start a new rabbit line. Catch a few rabbits for the table. What do you see? We're in rabbit mode today. Find some rabbits. All right, brother. I think we got a nice rabbit lead there. Oh yeah, it looks nice going up through there, huh?
Yes, sir.
Put a slip out there now, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Oh boy, she's sharp now. All right, so this is what we call a rabbit lead in this province. Or don't go in it, Willow. Stay there. You see the path, you know, this is the run that they make. So that's a good spot to put a rabbit slip right there because it's already choked off with a couple trees there. So I think that's where I'll put the slip out. Sometimes we make our snares, pre-make them back home at the cabin, but not today. It's a beautiful warm day. Nothing wrong with just making one right out in the field, we'll say. That's the way I do it, of course, like most people do. Make your little loop right there in the bottom, like that. And just simply twist her up a few times like that. Tidy it up a little bit right there like that. Now it just goes in there. Get yourself a rabbit slip. Different ways to tie them on a tree, but I just like to go around twice and then give it a nice snug twist again right here. Go around 3 or 4 times. And I'll just take a little twig like this and rub the snare up against the twig just to get a natural smell on that snare. Kind of increase your chances a little bit because the rabbits can smell. They do have noses. Might be a little hard to see there, but that's the snare right there. And I make that just about as wide as my hand, perhaps a little touch wider. Put a little sticker too on the, just to make sure you kind of steer them into it. Put a little stick on the bottom, so you'll put his chin up. You can even put one right here like that. When the rabbit comes along, puts his chin up into the snare. All right, another nice rabbit lead there, coming across there, out through here. So now Andrew got to put up a snare. You smell the rabbit, don't you? Huh? That's excellent, man. Nice and sturdy. Willow got this magical way of always getting in the way when you're taking a shot. And it's a job to get around that big butt right there.
Big butt.
She actually recognizes that name now.
Big butt.
Yeah, that's another way of getting the scent on the snare. Good idea, buddy. You learned something from your old man anyway.
Hey, boy.
Well, Andrew's sitting there up there. Andrew's caught lots of rabbits, but I remember the first time I ever caught a rabbit. I still remember where that spot is. And just a couple weeks ago when I went home, visited my folks' house, I actually went up in the woods one day and I went back to that spot. I'm talking many decades ago now I caught my first rabbit. And I still remember where that exact spot is. And for whatever reason, it's just something magical about that when I caught that rabbit. And I was so proud that day when I walked home, you know, with this rabbit slung over my back and brought it home and showed my dad and stuff. And oh man, it's good memories, you know. Funny how that stuff sticks with you, eh? Done deal. Who do you think will get a rabbit first, me or you?
Obviously me.
That's what we call blazing the tree. Make a little mark, don't hurt the tree. But I'll let you know when you come in here again that that's where your snare is. Whew, good spot for a cup of tea, eh? I'm gonna try this little new stove today. Rather than have a big old fire. Little collapsible one there. I'll find a link for it and put it in the video description for you. It's up like that. Simply opens up. Take your little can of isobutane. I can never say that word right. There we go. Even got its own little igniter right here on the side, so this is the first time I've tried it now, guys. Should work. Maybe not. So for some reason I can't get that igniter to work. I'll pick at that after. But got a backup plan there. My knife with the fire steel in it that you guys like so much. I'll put a link in the description for that one too. There we go. Oh,
Now we're cooking, aren't we?
Always have a backup. Have a little cup of tea first to warm ourselves up, and I made up some grouse and duck alouettes. More food off the land. That's really good, eh? Just wrapped them in bacon. Warm those up in a minute or two. I just asked Andrew about his cap there. It's called Ten Tree.
Yes.
And what's the deal with the Ten Tree?
Every time you buy one of their products, they plant 10 trees.
Yeah, boy.
Simple as
Pretty
that.
good deal. My hat I got today is from my cousin back on the island. They own a company. Him and his it's Charles White and Aaron White. They own a company called Westridge Construction, and they got it's a concrete business. And you check them out on Facebook. What they do for work is unreal, and it's a specialty type thing. So check them out. I'll have your link here in the video description as well. Take long for that kettle to boil, did it, boy?
No, it did not.
It's a hot little stove. There we go. On goes the main course. Don't be long heating up now. Oh, Willow now. She's not very far from that frying pan. You and your eating habits.
I'm not skin you now. Man, can you relax with the sticks? Is that mine?
I'm just making a little fork here. Here, come here, makes one for you. Still looking after it. Will it ever end?
How come you get the two-pronged one?
Ooh, delectable treat. Mmm. Oh, man. Why does everything taste so good all the time? Well, while we're eating this delicious grub here in the outdoors, we set about half a dozen rabbit snares out. Not a big pile, we're just looking for a couple of rabbits now, so I'll make a stew or soup. So what we just made there is, in essence, we call it a rabbit line. A line, which is kind of the play on words. When I entitled this video, I Walked the Line. It's also referring to the Johnny Cash song, of course, I Walked the Line. And a couple of videos ago, I mentioned the fact that I was just out on the island with a film crew. And they were doing a remake or a movie or a documentary about Johnny Cash. And when I mentioned that, I was amazed at how many of you guys were interested in what I was actually doing there. And so this crew was in from all over Canada, and a couple of them were actually originated from California, you know, Hollywood type stuff. And we've And we filmed all week. I spent the whole week with this camera crew. And what a unique experience. I mean, I've done lots of camera work, obviously, with this YouTube channel and stuff. But being with a professional, you know, camera crew that were actually making something fit for television was different. I guarantee you that. So the main director in this film that was being produced, his name is Jonathan Holoff. Johnny Cash was actually his godfather. So, you know, I was kind of in the presence of celebrities all week, you know. And me being nothing, I was their guide. But in the big picture, I was absolutely no one, you know. But we based ourselves at a little town in Newfoundland called Millertown. And the people of Millertown, I got to give them a shout out right now. The people in Millertown, what awesome people. You know, every time we needed something for a clip or something, the guys wanted something to film, everybody was there to help us. It was unreal. It was really a great experience. The days were full, and you were just doing like lights, camera, action all day long, and doing multiple takes of interviews and little things. I know one time I did one take like 6 times. I mean, it was kind of taxing, but that's what it's like, you know. I joked to the crew and I said, I don't envy Tom Cruise one bit. Anyway, I gotta stop for a little break here because Andrew's actually eating all of the alouettes while I'm talking. And it was a unique experience in that even I discovered that we had a local sense of paparazzi that were following us around. I mean, we're not used to that, right? And people were coming around and snapping pictures of us and putting it on social media. This is a Johnny Cash movie crew type thing, you know. So it was a bit overwhelming. And they even had groupies, imagine that now, who flew into Newfoundland just to follow these people around. So needless to say, I felt pretty insignificant amongst this crew. But what a great crew. It was a fantastic week. I had a blast with the guys and gals that took place in making this thing possible. And I can't wait to see the finished product. And of course, again, you'll see this ugly fella in that video somewhere. I can't say ugly fella, can I?
No.
I can't wait to see it. And when it does come out, I'll let you guys know so you can take a peek at it yourself. The guys are going to do a really professional job. So for those who are interested in that Johnny Cash project, that's it. Sums up. I can't tell you everything, although I know it all. I can't tell it all right yet. All right, we're just going to finish have our cup of tea, head back down the rabbit line, back to the cabin, have a little time around the cabin, probably have a campfire or something this evening, cook some supper later on, more food. And then in the morning we'll come back up and check these snares and hopefully we're successful. Just walking through the woods here and checking our slips this morning. Usually I don't have a whole lot of luck on the first day checking snares. It seems like it almost needs a couple nights of resting before they get accustomed to your scenting that around, I guess. See, another slip there not touched. And another thing is we don't mark our trail very much because If you mark your trail too good, then you got other people who come by and they want to check out your snare line, your rabbit line. So we kind of conceal it a little bit, but we know the woods around here so well, we don't really need much marking. All right, this slip was pushed sideways. Now sometimes it happens when a grouse walks by. Just with the tall breast and walks by and just pushes it to the side. Usually if it was a rabbit, yeah, you smell something, don't you, Willow? Usually if it's a rabbit, it'll be completely hauled too, you know, but there's something walked through there. Well guys, we just finished walking the line again. Unsuccessful today. I'll make sure that we'll throw a clip in there as soon as we get one.
I do have a hunting clip.
Well guys, that was a wonderful couple of days there in the woods setting up those rabbit snares, and we walked the line, that's for sure. We never got a rabbit today, but I'm sure we will, and I'll keep you posted on that. Right now we're gathering up our gear for our next big trip. We're heading to Nova Scotia on a big waterfowl hunting trip. We go out there every year. Father and son trip is a great time. So tune in for that video, is the one you'll see next. So until next time guys, take care of each other, get outside and enjoy everything outdoors. We'll see you next time.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. My hat is actually from my cousin. It was different, I guarantee you that. What?
Just
a random laughing clip.
action.
Take 5.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
And head back to the cabin. Squirrel away. I can't say squirrel away.
What? What is that? We're gonna go home and rhinoceros away. Let's go!
No reaction.
Oh, that's a knee slapper.
Man, what a crew I got here.